All about the Z. We'll see about that. But today we're here to talk about the Broncos, not of Denver, but of Zachary. Team out of Baton Rouge. I think it's in Baton Rouge. I don't really know. I don't really keep up with that area like that. I talk about it, like talking about it. But now Zachary Broncos. Now we faced this team, but it's been quite a while. But this is very different than normal because we're facing this team in the regular season and at the beginning of the season. So it's kind of good. We don't have to wait till the playoffs, even though that wasn't going to happen, because now they're in a different bracket. Which I still don't get why they changed the brackets. I like the way 5A and all that stuff was, but I guess it's good because the team they got in the bracket, Acadiana could beat, and they can solidify themselves as a powerhouse even more. But talk about Zachary, man. Zachary nowadays, they're not really the team they used to be. Now, what I mean by that is, I don't think a lot of people fear Zachary as much as they used to. I'd probably say it's been a good 4 years. Maybe anyone been afraid of Zachary. Which no, when I mean afraid of Zachary, I'm not talking about the players. I'm talking about people around. Back then, bruh. When I say back then, I'm talking about 2018 to 20. I did not want I didn't want to play Zachary, bro, because I'll have to admit, bro, for about 7 years, bro, Zachary was a team that had a running quarterback. They don't have that much anymore, but I'll get to that. But man, Acadiana just even now, Acadiana's not that good at playing against a dual threat quarterback. And Zachary was one team I never wanted to play because they had Lynn. We didn't play them. But they had Keelan Brown, and I hate, man, when I tell y'all, I did never want to play Zachary in the playoffs from 16 to 20. Never want to play them, even though we beat them in 19. Well, they beat them in 19. But that's beside the point. Let's talk about them right quick. Get to their schedule when they coaches right quick. So, for their Jamboree, they face Denham Springs. Shout out Denham Springs. They're always energetic crowd. They always make it far. They always have a lot of potential during the season, but they just never put it through. But anyway, this video not about them. In the jam, no, that was a scrimmage actually. In the Jamboree, they faced West Feliciana 20, and they beat them 28-6. That don't really matter though, cause Jamboree. I never got Jamborees. Anyways, last week they beat the brakes off of Plaquemine 48-6. Got Acadiana coming. They're going to Acadiana this week. Then in a game where that should have happened years ago, got them facing Carencro. Then they got to play Opelousas. My goodness, it's a tough schedule to begin with. Then we got they got Scotlandville, Liberty Magnet. Man, I'm gonna say Magnum. Then Woodland BBW VR. Then they got Central, and then they got Catholic to end the season, which is gonna be another classic. I'm almost certain. Last year was a classic. Anyway, the key losses for this team was Cameron Thomas, a running back, and Luke Wisham. I thought he was a running back, but he's actually a wider, I think. And traded as Green. I don't really know anyone on their defense like that they lost, because I don't really pay attention to Zachary last year until the championship game, the BR game. But traded as Green was probably the biggest loss, and I'm just thankful he's at LSU. Because I don't want him against our DBs, man. Not that I'm not confident. It's just man, you don't have no tall DBs, and anything that can help us win. Him not being on the team is an advantage, but it cannot be an advantage if they got dudes on the team that could do what he do, which is catching balls over people and stuff like that. Anyway, head coach, as y'all already know, 3-time state champion, I think. David Brewerton, and he's also the director of athletics. The coach is Kenny Lachele, defensive coach, and I forgot what the S is for. That's Matthew Zito. Strength and conditioning coach is Travis Nichols. Special teams coach and D-line coach is Hunter Crowder. Running back Kendall Cleveland Show. O-line is Jason Voorhees Davis. Kickers and long snappers is Joey Frio. Sure, I said that right. Linebackers is Stephen Thomas. This is odd. This kind of odd. They have coaches. This makes absolutely no sense to me unless there's a technique to it. They have coaches literally for the linebackers, individual. They have inside linebacker coach and they have outside linebacker coaches. If someone from Zachary is watching this, please explain that to me because like I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's Stephen Thomas, who's also a former defensive coordinator, but he switched to linebacker last season. And you got Kenny, and then you got Ken Perry Hilton. Said that wrong. And you got Gary Garridell, who's been coaching since the beginning of time, coaching 46 years. I mean, get this man an NFL job, because God, man, he's been coaching for a long time. But anyways, that was no disrespect. I don't know who's going to be watching this, but no disrespect. Cornerbacks coach, we got Alan Hymel. I don't know how to say that. Came from Plaquemine, and coached at Walker and Dutchtown. And then Nathan James, I think. Messed up this. And the White House coach, we got Drew Nettles. Crazy name. Let's talk about the last few years for Zachary. I wouldn't say the downfall Zachary started a few years ago, but I'd probably say a lot of people thought Zachary was going to fall off because 2019 they lost 0-53. But, I mean, it was against a good team. Well, 2019, y'all already know what happened. Lost to us. They was 10-3. Year after that, COVID year, lost to Alexandria in the week before the semis. They were 62. Then the year after that, they were undefeated and were the privilege of being the last team to had the privilege of being the last team to be 5A state championships. I will never forget that season, how we lost to Ponchatoula. If you're watching this video, you seen the Ponchatoula game and you watched the videos of me in Ponchatoula, man. Anyways, 2022, lost to Ruston in the semis to go to the Dome, 37-22. And then last year, they made it to the Dome again, and they lost for the first time. They've been in the Dome. The fifth appearance in the Dome, lost for the first time. Ruston just did everything that night. But talk about the history of these two teams. Now, kind of want to go back to the 2021 season. Now, I'm going to start with that one. Now, that game is where the Ponchatoula game should have won that game. Ponchatoula went on to play Zachary when it could have been us. It should have been us, man. And that would have been the second time we faced Zachary in the Dome. Thing is, 2017, as y'all know, man, 2017 Acadiana football season was the season came down to the way it ended was just horrible. Lost to Hineville on a 2-point conversion that probably wasn't even good. Hineville wanted to play Zachary in a game I'm sure no one had on their radar. And, you know, could have played Zachary, would have beat him. Even though they had a real good team, but didn't happen. But 2020, we beat him to go through the Dome. Wait. What the heck? Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah, 2019, we beat him to go to the Dome. I was at that game. It was insane. And it was a cold-ass game. 2018, my senior year, lost 26-14. We had the ball. We literally had the ball for 10 minutes, bro. The first quarter, 2018. I remember we had Braden at left tackle. I had the ball the first quarter of like almost the whole quarter. Then, man, the defense just got whipped, bro. You couldn't stop Zachary, bro. 2016, my sophomore year. I'm sure a lot of y'all, I don't know who watching this, but from the team knows this, but bro, from the team, like when I was on the team, that was when I cut my hair off and I was on TV, and a lot of people saw that they saw my bald head. But anyways, lost that game 31-24. That was when Keon Brown came on as a freshman and freaking beat us, man. We should have won that game as well, because I remember Jaron Menard wide open, bro, wide open. and it was overthrown. And then Braylon fumbled. Man, should have won that game. They wound up losing to West Monroe, so that's good. Anyways, 2014 to go to the Dome again, won 9-3. If Paul's watching this, Paul already know what happened in that game. But Kevin Moore had that insane play. But anyways, 2012 beat him 63-42. And the year before that, 75-21. My goodness, Zachary was just giving up so many points. Anywho, then 2010, first meeting, 4-9-7, we beat their ass. Now, like I said, man, Zachary is just not the team they used to be. Like, when I say that, it's like back then there were like players where you was like, okay, damn, Zachary's something else. But it's like now it's like their team comes together, because like back then, only players you could really say off the top of your head that you really like thought about was like Keelan Brown, Chandler Winfield, Chris Hilton Jr., Wes Brady, who was insane, Taylor Milton. I feel like I'm missing someone, bro. Tyler Burrell, I think that's his name. Kyle Judson, like guys like that. But like now it's like there's a lot of different players that make up Zachary, and you know that's also good. It's not just like one person at each position, but you know what I'm saying. But you know nowadays, you know they got some decent wideouts. But the one thing that people never really like thought about Zachary is their running backs. Like no one really talks about running backs at Zachary. I'm guessing because they're like a pass dominant team, but like you really don't see their running backs going crazy. But it's not a bad thing. They're just really a passing offense. Now, passing offense is led by Caleb Gonzalez, who he's the only quarterback in Zachary history to not have a state championship ring as a starter. Mainly, when I say that, I'm talking about like from the first time they went to the Dome, which is 2015. But every Zachary starting quarterback had a ring since they first made it to the Dome. And he's the only one without one. So, you know, that's going to be weighing on his mind this year. And they got another wideout with Christian, I think I spelled his name wrong, Bowles. He's like 6'4". He's a basketball player. That was something that was not good last week for us with Ahmad Hudson. So, you know, he could catch the ball over defenders. Who's surprised? 6'4", wide out basketball player. I mean, it's like those type of plays are like when you going on a break, you know. And I'm talking about basketball. If you don't watch basketball, you didn't understand what I just said. Anywho, nice outfit. Anyway, and they got another wideout, Zachary Hogan. I didn't really put their positions. I think I'm tripping, bro. He's a beast. From what I've seen, and you got Camrick. Man, it was Camrick. I put the name wrong, and they got another DB, Julian Riley. I'll say something about him. I've seen a little bit of his footage. Julian Riley, I think that is. You know, he got fight. I'll say that. He's not really that big, pause, but he got fight. I'll say that. He's not really too big, but like he got fight. Yeah, Zachary is a dog as well. But you know, Zachary, it's like I don't know. They just, you know, one thing I'll say is that they don't have a dual threat quarterback, but Caleb Gonzalez, he can move in the pocket. I'll say that. I'll see some of his footage, and sometimes in the game, he can move in the pocket. I'll give him that, but he's not like a dual threat, thankfully. So my keys to this game for Acadiana is if they want to win this game, bro. On the offense, they want to win this game. We just gotta make sure we run the ball. Cause Zachary, I don't think they can stop us on the ground, bro. I don't think they got enough to stop us on the ground. They won a 3-4. I don't think they're good enough to stop us on the ground. Now, passing wise, I don't really think we should throw it much because you know Zachary, he could pick it off. But I don't think we should throw it. So keys to the game on offense is to run the ball effectively and don't throw it as much unless we need to. Don't be running no trap play on 3 and 15. Anyways, at least run a sweep, bro. Anyways, bro. Because if you run a trap, then it's easy to get tackled. But anyway, bro. If you're watching from Zachary, just don't mind what I just said. I'm just talking about something that happened our last game, bro. That's how we went on offense. Defensive side, man. It's again, man. It's the DBs, man. It's the DBs. DBs gotta. I don't think we should press against these guys, man. I really don't think we should press against Zachary. I don't think it's a good idea because no matter what, their wideouts are always going to be good. That's one thing I can say about Zachary. Wideouts is always going to be good, and the quarterback line wideouts always go be good. Gotcha. I'm tripping. Anyways, man, defensive DBs are going to be the key. Gotta try to find a way to stop these basketball players from catching on top of our heads, y'all heads. Gotta find a way to sack Caleb Gonzalez because, like I said, he's not a dual threat, but he can move around in the pocket. He can move around in the pocket like he's looking for some change. But yeah, those are the keys to the game. What I think is going to happen eventually. Zachary taking an L, of course, like I would go against Acadiana. I don't think the offense is going to freaking put up 30 points. Now, I know last week I didn't think Russell was going to put up 30 points, but I didn't think they was going to put up 30 points. I didn't think they was going to put up 30 points, and we wouldn't put up 30 points with them. But Zachary taking this L, bro. I don't think they're going to beat Acadiana. If they do beat Acadiana, hats off to them. Anyways, but I got Acadiana winning this game. I'd say 20-14, maybe. I don't want to be like everyone else. People see like 21-14. That's too generic. I'm gonna just say a weird score. I'm gonna say Acadiana putting up 35 to. This might be a close game. I'm gonna say 35-28. Generic score. But if anyone from Zachary is watching this, man, I'm gonna need you to stay for the rest of this video. Got like 30 seconds left. I need to tell y'all something, bro. Y'all listening? I don't care if it's Zachary, Zachariah, Zach the Great, Zach and Cody, the Broncos, OJ and a white Bronco, Russell Wilson signing to the Broncos. Rams in 4.